God shall be one, and God's children shall be one. May the God of our people, the God of all humankind, bless and keep you. May the one who is always within our guide fire you to bring honor to our family and to the house of Israel.
Baruch
Are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of all, creator of life,
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of all, for giving us life, for sustaining us, and for enabling us to reach this season.
Amen. And now, Justin and Vivian, you now say your prayers back to your parents.
Let's do it one at a time. Vivian, go first. Just the Talit blessing. They could just do that.
We're not doing the Talit blessing yet. First these prayers. Okay.
Oh, the readings first?
Vivian.
Okay.
Yeah. Vivian, go ahead.
God of Israel, I stand before you at this holy moment, prepared to take my place as a bat mitzvah. I now stand ready to join Jews of generations past and those yet to come. Like them, I pray that I may understand my role and responsibilities as a Jew, to uphold, affirm, and live out the commandments, which have united our people and made us a holy nation. God, make me grateful for all that I have and ready always to share with those who are in need. Then I will be able to say, I am a Jew because 100 generations before me were steadfast in their faith. I am a Jew because the faith of Israel teaches love and kindness. I am a Jew because the faith of Israel teaches justice, compassion, and truth. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehahianu, kiyamanu, v'higianu, l'zman hazeh. Blessed are you.
Now, Justin, you read.
God of Israel, I stand before you at this holy moment, prepared to take my place as a bar mitzvah. I now stand ready to join Jews of generations past and those yet to come. Like them, I pray that I may understand my role and responsibilities as a Jew, to uphold, affirm, and live out the commandments, which have united our people and made us a holy nation. God, make me grateful for all that I have, and ready always to share with those who are in need. Then I will be able to say, I'm a Jew, 100 generations before me were steadfast in their faith. I'm a Jew because the faith of Israel teaches love and kindness. I'm a Jew because the faith of Israel teaches justice, compassion, and truth. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehahianu, v'kimanu, v'higilanu, l'zman hazeh. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, for giving us life and for sustaining us and for enabling us to reach this moment.
Okay. And now I want parents, you hand the talit to your kids. It's like you're passing on the tradition to them. And then kids, I want you to say the blessing for talit that ends lehitatef bat tzitzit, that we wrap ourselves in the tzitzit. So Justin, you could go first.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tivanu lehitatef bat tzitzit.
Amen. And then you put it on. Vivian, you do the same.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tivanu lehitatef bat tzitzit.
Amen. Okay, friends. So now we are going to start the service.
Rabbi, you're getting us. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. It is a true joy and honor and privilege to share Shabbat together with the Adams and Kothavale family who are celebrating this momentous event in their lives. We begin our service this morning on page 74 with Matovu. We will screen the prayers on the screen at times, and at any time, even though you will be muted, we ask you to join us in the prayer book. The rabbi just put the prayer book in the chat box. You're all welcome to open that up in a separate window on your screens. But in any case, we hope that you will sing with us and participate with us. And even though we can't hear you, we know you are with us and praying with us in this wonderful community experience of celebrating Shabbat. We begin singing Matovu. Matovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Matovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ani ve'ochasecha How good are your tents, Jacob? The blessing for the study of Torah can be found on page 86. Justin, unmute yourself.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu la'asot b'divrei Torah.
Together in English, blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to engage with words of Torah. And we chant words of Torah on page 88.
Elu divarim she'ein lahem shi'ur, she'adam ochel perotehem ba'olam hazeh, v'hakeren kayemet lo le'olam haba, ve'elu hein kibud avaim ugmilut hasadim, v'hashkamat beit hamidrash shacharit ve'arvit, v'hachnasat orchim uvikur holim, v'hachnasat kala uvayat hamet ve'iyun tefila, v'havaat shalom bein adam lehavero, v'talmud Torah keneged kulam.
We continue on page 100, singing Hallelujah, words of praise to warm up our voices and warm up our spirits for the worship this morning. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. כל הנשמה, כל הנשמה. תהלליה, הללויה, כל הנשמה. תהלליה, הללויה, hallelujah. We continue with Chati Kaddish on page 106. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה. ועל מה דברי חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון ובמכון ובחיי בכל בית ישראל בהגלה ובזמן קריב וימרו.
אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ועולמיה יתברך.
יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה.
בריחו.
ואלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה ושבחתה ונחמתה דם ירן וימרו.
Amen.
Continue on page 108. If you are able, please rise. And it is our call to worship the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
We continue with Yotzer Or on page 110. Vivian.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Yotzer or uvorei choshech Oseh shalom uvorei et hakol Hameir la'aretz v'ladarim alecha berachamim Uv tuvo mechadesh bechol yom tamid ma'aseh v'reshit Ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai Kulam bechokma asita mal'a ha'aretz kinyanecha Titbarach Adonai Eloheinu Al sheva ma'aseh yadecha ve'al me'orei or she'asita yifa'arucha selah or chadash al Zion ta'ir v'nizkeh kulanu meheira le'oro Baruch atah Adonai Yotzer HaMeorot.
We continue together in English on page 112. How deeply you have loved us, Adonai, our God, gracing us with surpassing compassion. On account of our forebears whose trust led you to teach them the laws of life, be gracious to us, teaching us as well. O merciful one, have mercy on us by making us able to understand and discern, to heed, learn, and teach, and lovingly to observe, perform, and fulfill all that is in your Torah. Enlighten our eyes with your Torah. Focus our minds on your mitzvot. Unite our hearts in love and reverence for your name. Then we will never feel shame, never deserve rebuke, and never stumble. Having trusted in your great and awesome holiness, we shall celebrate your salvation with joy. Gather us in peace from the four corners of the earth and lead us upright to our land. For you, O God, work wonders. You chose us. Truly, you drew us near to your great name, that we might acknowledge you, declaring you one in love. Praise be you, Adonai, who chooses your people, Israel, in love. Baruch atah And if you have still risen, please be seated. Justin.
Adonai Elohecha bechol levacha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha v'chayu ha'devarim ha'el אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ושכתך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתרתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיהם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Adonai Elohim, amen. And we continue on page 122 with our prayer, praising God for our freedom in our moment, in our momentous time of crossing the sea from slavery to freedom. And we sing in joy and strength. La, 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 שירה חדשה, שיבחו גאונים, ושמך מתקיים. יחד כולם הודו, והמליכו ועלו. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. צור ישראל קומה בעזרת ישראל, ופדחינו מחיודה בישראל. גואלנו אדוני צבאות שמו, קדוש ישראל. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. We continue with our Amidah, the standing prayer. I invite you, if you are able and comfortable, to rise at this time. And we begin on page 124. We will begin together as one community and continue privately in our own prayers that are either the prayers on the page or the prayers of your heart.
Adonai, Sifatai Tivta, Ufi Agita Hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibur ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Hasdei Avot ve'imachot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Mogin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham, Bezrat Sarah.
אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, בחיי הכל אתה, רב להושיע, מוריד אתה, מחכה חיים בחסד, בחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים והופך עולים, ומתיר אסירים, ומקיים אמונתו, ראשוני עפר, מכמוך בעל גבורות, ומדוללה, מלך ממית ומחיים, ומשמיח ישועה, ונמת אתה אתה אדוני מחיי הכל.
מקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקישים אותו בשמנו, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש קדוש קדוש, אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ. אדירנו אדוני, אדוננו אדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני במקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, אבינו מלכנו, ומושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ורחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיך, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון לדור ודור. הללויה, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד לך, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד לך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, קדושתך נקדיש. בשמחתך אלוהינו, בליבנו לא ימות, לעולם לעולם. לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד לך, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד לך, ברוך אתה Our Torah service begins on page 244. Rabbi?
So Justin and Vivian, we're about to take the Torah from the Ark. Not the Ark, though. The Torah is in the cantor's dining room. It's not what we expected, but we're still here praying together. We're still here studying Torah together. We're still here celebrating 2 young people becoming adults in our community. So I want you to imagine right now that you're standing on the bima at Temple B'nai Or. Actually, I want you to imagine that you're standing at the foot of Mount Sinai, where our people received the Torah, which we will celebrate shortly on Shavuot. Our people received the Torah, but our tradition tells us it's not just the people who lived thousands of years ago. It was all Jews who had lived and were to live were there for the receiving of the Torah. So I want you to imagine that you're at the foot of Sinai with all the generations of your family ready to receive Torah, which you will receive right now. But the Torah is not just the scroll that is sitting on the cantor's dining room table. The Torah is our way of life. Our way as Jews to ask the most important questions. Our way of Jews to struggle with all the choices we have in life, to ask ourselves, what does God want of me right now? Right now, we feel like our choices are limited because we're stuck in our home, but there's still so many choices we have to keep reminding ourselves to keep making the holy, godly choices that God puts in front of us. This is what the Torah is. So you will be receiving this Torah, this wisdom and teaching to us. So we're on page, if you're in our Siddur, on page 246. Please rise if you're able.
And I'd like to add to the rabbi's beautiful words and the idea of trying to be imaginative and trying to imagine ourselves going all the way back to our ancestors in Mount Sinai, that we would hand this Torah down to you from generation to generation, and you would be the person holding this scroll right now. And I would like to, at this time, extend this invitation that will happen someday. We will do this, I promise to you, that you will hold the scroll in your arms and you will walk around with it. But we would normally walk around with the Torah. We would all have the physical experience of touching the Torah scroll. And right now, I'm going to ask everybody to use their imagination and pretend. And I'm going to do a symbolic walk around here. And we're then going to undress the Torah, and we will invite our B'nai Mitzvah to read from the Torah. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad Eloheinu. I'd like to invite Vivian to share with us her words of Torah. Please be seated.
Callie, no, stop talking to me. I'm doing.
If everybody can unmute, if everybody can mute themselves, only Vivian can speak. Thank you.
Transwell. His name is Noah, and her name is Marjorie.
We can hear
They're
other
like
people
tutors.
talking. If you can mute yourself, please, on all of your computers so Vivian can say her words of Torah.
This week's Torah portion is Bahar Behukotai. It is filled with many mitzvot. But what is a mitzvah? Most people say that a mitzvah is a good deed and that it's something to help another person. But that is not what the word mitzvah really means. The word mitzvah means commandment. For the Jews, some of the commandments are things like acting kindly to strangers, celebrating Shabbat, or helping the poor. Observing mitzvot are our obligations as Jews. The Torah has 613 commandments, and by following the commandments, that is choosing happiness and life. The commandments are not commanding everything that a religious Jew does, because commandments set the guidelines that show how people should do better in the world and take care of the world. Over the years, people have modernized mitzvot because the world is changing and it is not so appropriate to have animal sacrifices anymore. The Jews have made it work and we will keep making it work. People have been asking what the reason is that the Jewish people have followed these mitzvot and have obeyed them for so long. There are many reasons why we still observe mitzvot, and they are all important and useful for life as a Jew. As quoted in the article Mitzvah, a Commandment from My Jewish Learning, quote unquote, in the final analysis, the mitzvot are an uniquely Jewish approach to living a holy life in this world, end quote. Living through mitzvot relates to my life as a Jew. I especially follow the mitzvot of helping the sick and tzedakah, which is giving to charity. Since I was 3 years old, I have been participating in the Light the Night Walk for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, otherwise known as the LLS. Each year, my family and I have raised money for the LLS by hosting a bake sale. I do not remember my first few Light the Night Walks because I was so young. Now, the Light the Night Walk is a part of my life. When I was younger, I didn't understand why we did it, but I looked forward to it because I'd be able to bake and eat cupcakes. This whole tradition started because my mom is a scientist who studies blood cancer. And she wanted to have this mitzvah in her life so she could pass it on. Today, there is a deeper meaning to this charity for my family because we lost a very close friend to lymphoma. His passing made me realize how important it is to continue raising money for future treatments. Mitzvot are a part of my life, and that is why the Jews... That is why the Jews keep helping, because it is a part of our lives. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Thank you so much. I would like to call up to the first Aliyah. Take a minute. Regina Golan and Ben Rosen. יעמדו רבקה בת מלכה ומיכאל ובנימין בן מלכה ומיכאל העלייה הראשונה. If you could, Rabbi and Mark, if you got these people, if you could chant the first blessing.
Baruch, are we ready?
We're ready.
Baruch et Adonai Chamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Borach leolam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Chamvorach leolam va'ed. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch ata Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayidaber Adonai el Moshe b'char Sinai lemor. Daber el bnei Yisrael ve'amarta aleihem ki tavo'u el haaretz Asher ani noten lachem v'shavta haaretz Shabbat l'Adonai. Sheish shanim tizras adecha v'sheish shanim tizmor karmecha ve'asavta et tevuata. Ubashana hashavi'it Shabbat Shabbaton Yihye la'aretz Shabbat l'Adonai Sadeha lo tizra v'charmeha lo tizmor.
For Aliyah 2, we call up.
Wait, Regina has to do the blessing afterwards.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm supposed to be doing it with my brother Ben. Is
Yeah,
he
I'm
not available? Oh, okay. Ready, Ben?
Yep.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Now I'd like to call up for Aliyah 2. Michael Rosen, Ya'amon, Michael Ben Moshe Aliyah Shniya.
Baruch atah Adonai, Baruch et Adonai.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Ba'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu michal ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Et sefiach kitzirha lo tiktsur ve'et invei nazirecha lo tivetzur shanat Shabbaton yeh la'aretz v'hayata Shabbat haaretz lahem le'ochla lecha ulavdecha ve'la'amatecha ve'lisehircha uletoshavecha hagarim imach v'liv hemtecha v'lachaya asher be'artzecha tehiecho tevuata lecho.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. For Aliyah 3, I would like to call up our parents, Mary Adams and Ken Adams. Tamod Miriam Bat Malka v'Michael Aliyah Shlishit.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Vorach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Havarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. V'safarta leha sheva Shabbatot shanim sheva shanim sheva pe'amim v'hayu leha yemei sheva Shabbatot hashanim tesha v'arba'im shana v'ha'avarta shofar teruach b'chodesh hashvi'i ba'asur lachodesh b'yom ha'kippurim ta'aviru shofar b'chol artzechem.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. And now for the 4th Aliyah, I am so honored to call up our dear Bat Mitzvah, Vivian. Ta'amod Simcha Bat Miriam La'aliyah LaTorah.
Baruch et Adonai Hamevarach
Baruch Adonai Hamruach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
V'kidashtem et Shanat HaChamishim Shana Ukratem Teror Ba'aretz Lechol Yoshvecha Yovohi Tihyeh Lahem V'shavetem Ish El Achuzato V'ish El Mishpachto Tashuvu Yovel Hi Shanat HaChamishim Shana Tihyeh Lahem Lo Tizra'u V'lo Tiktzeru Et Sefichecha V'lo Tivtzeru Et Nezirecha. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Natan Lanu Torat Emet V'chayei Olam Nata B'tochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Lots of kisses and hugs. Yeah, that's the time. Lots of kisses and hugs and celebration. Now if I can invite our parents to speak to Vivian. If you guys could shift your structure so you're speaking to her. Vivian, if you could like turn around, stand up, I don't know. Yeah, good, like that. And look at your parents. Good.
Vivian, every day you bring so much happiness to our lives. You're growing to be an incredible young woman. You're intelligent, compassionate, serious and silly, strong-willed and loving. This is not quite the day we had envisioned. I want to thank the Rabbi Cantor and Vivian's Hebrew tutor, Lisa, for all the help getting Vivian ready for this special day. We're so proud of you, Vivian. We're staying focused and studying during this time of chaos. You took these changes in stride as you prepared for your bat mitzvah. You've always worked so hard in your life to achieve all of your goals. I know if you continue to have this incredible work ethic, you will achieve everything you dream of. Sorry. On your bat mitzvah, we have some very special hopes for you. We hope you always remember you're part of a wonderful heritage that's been passed down from generation to generation for thousands of years. We hope you continue the Jewish traditions of our family and pass those traditions down to your children someday. We hope you will continue to be an independent thinker. We hope you find something you're passionate about, follow your own path, and use your talents to do something that have a positive impact on this world. Live each day to the fullest with confidence and without regrets. We hope you take time to appreciate the little things. Look for something good in each day and in each person. Remember to laugh and enjoy life. Take time to smell the flowers. We hope you always know that no matter what problems you face, you're never alone. You have the love and support of your family and friends. You have brought more joy and happiness to your father and me than you will ever know. Just in being yourself and giving us the pleasure of watching you become the beautiful young lady who stands before us today. May you never forget how much we love you.
Mazel tov, mazel tov. Now Justin will be sharing his words of Torah.
This week's Torah portion talks about how every 7th and 50th year, you must let the land rest, and therefore, you're recognizing that ultimately it is God's land, not yours. In the 50th year, titled the Yovel, all properties must be given back to the original owner, which is an odd request. Imagine your old childhood home being returned to you after years of separation, has had the main living room transformed into a man cave with the full guitar set and beer keg. Not fun. Another subject this portion of the Torah talks about is not harvesting food for the years of the Yovel, and having to rely on food from the years before. Now for vegans, this would be rough, but for most, they could make do, as it is about having faith that God would provide. The last part talks about how any humans under ownership or servitude will be freed in the 50th year, which maybe plantation owners in America during the 1800s should have listened to. The 7th and 50th year cycles in the Torah really teach our people about what the Torah says about ownership, namely that we should not be so tied to our possessions because they were actually on loan to us from God. Everything that our ancestors had was temporary and not a constant in life, even their land, as it was really God's land that he was just renting to us. The only thing that would not be given up in the Yovel was their friends and family, which they would ideally never have to give up. This is an important lesson for us today, as it shows that being attached to people and relationships is healthier and recommended by God himself. For example, people today are more attached to their phones and technology than they are to the actual people they have as friends. It is easy to overlook the importance of real-life contact and relationships when they've been taken away from us, as seen with this pandemic we are facing right now. We learned that the objects in our homes, our possessions, are not a substitute and will never be, no matter how good a Chris Hemsworth body pillow is. When our ancestors gave up their land, it was the attachment and love with God that sustained them, not a GE Cafe French door refrigerator. We experience these relationships, like theirs, with God through a bond with our loved ones and friends. The Yovel, in summary, teaches us not to become ignorant to our friends and family, but to realize that they will always be around to support and guide you to a future of prosperity and true happiness.
Thank you, Justin, for your wisdom. We go to Aliyah 1, and I would like to call up for Aliyah 1, Ellen and Larry Susnow. יעמדו ניצב אל אביב, הם יתר עלייה ראשונה.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol hamid natanu lanu v'torah. Baruch atah Adonai noten hatorah.
Amen.
Amen. V'yamu ahiha imachem v'hehezekata bo ger v'toshav.
Justin, start over.
Amen. V'yamu ahiha umatayado ima
ובחר מאחוזתו ובא גואלו. Okay?
Wait.
Start over.
Amen. V'hiyamu ahiha umatayado ima v'hehezekata bo ger v'toshav v'cha ima el tika me'ito Neshev v'tarbit ve'yareta ve'elohecha ve'heyahicha ima el kasvecha lo titen leo beneshev u'v'tarbit lo titen ochlecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet chaye olam nata v'tikayenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten hatorah.
Amen.
For Aliyah 2, I would like to call up Muriel Auerbach. Tamod Moshe Lazar v'Tavram Yisrael Aliyah Shniya.
Muriel, you're good. Just 10.
Okay.
Go ahead. You muted yourself.
Baruch hu et Adonai hambarach.
Baruch
Baruch Adonai hambarach le'olam vayed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Ani Adonai Elohim Asher hotzitim ethem me'eretz Mitzrayim latet lechem et eretz Canaan liyot lechem le'Elohim v'he'amu ahicha ima v'mimkar la lo tirdevo Avodad Aved, Kisahir Ketoshav, Ihiyed Ima, Achana Hayoveod, Avod Ima.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu et Torah emet v'hayei olam nata b'toheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. For Aliyah 3, we're so happy to call Meg and Avi, as well as Ethan, to lead us in the blessing. Ya'amdu Miriam bat Lavi v'Nitza ve'Eitan Enosh ben Miriam la'Aliyah Shlishit.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamorah.
Baruch
Baruch
Adonai
Adonai hamorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Ve'asad me'ima hu uvenad imo ve'shav el mishpato ve'el akuzat avotah yashuv ki avdecha yehim asher holi ata et otam me'eretz Mitzrayim lo imecheru mimkeret aved lo tirde vo befart ve'areta me'elohecha ve'avdecha ve'amatecha asher yuhila me'at hagoyim aser sevivotehem mehem tiknu aved ve'amah.
Go ahead. Blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet ve'hayei olam nata b'toheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. And now for Aliyah 4, I would like to invite our bar mitzvah to chant the blessings before his fourth Aliyah. Ya'amod habachur bar mitzvah leib min Miriam la'aliyah la Torah. Justin.
Baruch Adonai hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai hamvorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai notei haTorah.
Amen.
V'gam mibnei hatoshavim hagari imahem mehem tiknu umimishpatem asher imahem asher holidu be'artzehem v'hayu lachem la'avuzad v'hitnaltem otam לבניהם אחריהם לרשת אחוזד, לעולם בהם תעבדו, ובאחיהם בני ישראל איש בהיד לא תרדבו בפרך. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתת לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נתת בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נוטה התורה.
Amen.
Hugs and kisses are appropriate. You don't have to socially distance.
And now if we can have our parents, Meg and Avi, offer Justin their words of blessing.
Justin, mazel tov on becoming a bar mitzvah. The Zoom service is certainly not what we all could have imagined when planning your bar mitzvah over the past few years. But on the positive side, this is definitely unique and a bar mitzvah that everyone will remember. Another silver lining in doing a Zoom bar mitzvah is that we have friends and family from all over the country watching, some who wouldn't have been able to make it had we not had the quarantine. So thank you, friends and family in Florida, Iowa, Washington, D.C., Massachusetts, Virginia, and many more places for sharing in this special day with us. Also, thank you, Rabbi Cantor and Justin's tutor, Lisa, for your hard work in preparing Justin for this day and for being so flexible in making the Zoom service happen. Justin, your bar mitzvah in these trying circumstances is really just the culmination of a difficult past few years that you and our family have experienced. Throughout it all, you've kept your positive, friendly attitude, your thoughtfulness, and your wonderful sense of humor. You've persevered in catching up with 2 years of lost Hebrew and schoolwork, and you've made this day happen. I'm extremely proud of you. I hope that in the years ahead, as you hit more bumps in the road of life, you will remember that I could not be prouder of you or love you more. This is the part of the service when I give you a blessing, and it seems so very natural to me to bless you, as you've been a source of our family's truest blessings. This is also the time now as you become a bar mitzvah to look at the blessings that God has given you. How will you use them in your widening world, your gifts of wisdom, strength, caring, and humor? How will these gifts help you make the decisions that will shape your future? My hope is that you will use these gifts to guide you safely and happily throughout your life. I know that you will continue to use your caring, kindness, and smarts to help others. Your love for family and friends will bring you joy and happiness, strength and security, warmth and tradition. Judaism teaches us that each person has a responsibility to tikkun olam, repairing the world. I hope that you will continue to use your generosity, compassion, wisdom, and humor to make the world a better place for everyone. And I and the rest of your family and friends will always be here to celebrate and share with you in that journey. We sure do love you a lot.
Mazel tov, mazel tov. Please rise if you're able. Please be seated. We come now to our Haftarah, the additional reading from the prophets. Our Haftarah today comes from Sefer Yirmiyahu, the prophet Jeremiah. As Justin mentioned, our Torah portion, in our Torah portion, when the people were not plowing their field on the 7th year, on the 50th year, they needed faith that God will provide. And our prophet talks about faith in God. Blessed are those who trust in Adonai, in the eternal. It's a verse that is that many Jews hear in their voice, sing Baruch HaGeber Asher Yiftach B'Adonai V'Haya Adonai Niftacho. Blessed are those who trust in the eternal, whose trust is in God. And God in our Torah portion, or in our Haftarah, is described as water that continues to sustain us. God is called Mikveh Yisrael, the hope. This word Mikveh means hope, the hope of Israel, but it also means a pool of water. And God is also called Makor Mayim Chayim, the source of living waters. So we were called to have faith that God will provide, that with God there is enough. So I now call back our B'nai Mitzvah, our Justin and Vivian, to lead us in the Haftarah.
So first the blessings before the Haftarah. Justin.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim v'atzah v'divrehem hana'emerim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai haboher b'torah u'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo u'vnehe ha'emet v'tzedek. Ki hu amar Adonai Tzevaot Elohei Yisrael od yikanu ve'amatecha v'shedot uframim ba'aretz hazot ve'etpalel el Adonai Haharei titi et sefer hamikna el Baruch ben Neriah lemor Ahei Adonai Elohim Anei Otam
Yisita.
et Shanaim ve'et haaretz ve'chocha hagadol Uzruacha Hanatuya El Yipalel Mimcha Kol Devar.
Gedol ha'etzah v'rav ha'eliliyah asher einecha v'kuchot al kol darchei b'nei adam latet le'ish kidrachav v'hifri ma'alalav asher samta otot umovtim be'eretz Mitzrayim ad hayom hazeh u'Yisrael uva'adam v'ta'aseh lech Hashem kayom hazeh v'totzeh et amcha et Yisrael me'eretz Mitzrayim ve'yotot u'movtim Uvayad hazakah, uvizroach netuyah, uvmorah gadol. ותיתן לכם את הארץ הזאת אשר נשבעת לאבותם לתת להם, ארץ זבת חלב ודבש.
And the blessing after.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, sur kol ha'olamim, tzadik bechol hadarot, ha'el ha'ne'eman, ha'omer ve'oseh, ha'medaber u'mekayem, shekol divarav, emet v'tzedek. Al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al ha'nevi'im ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh, shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusha v'linucha lechavot uletifaret. Al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim lach umevarchim otah yitbarashim habefi kol hai tamid leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen.
If you're able, please rise.
Now returning the word to the ark. Please be seated.
Please be seated. But Vivian and Justin, you stand, because I want you again to use your imagination that we are standing on the bima at Temple B'nai Or, that the cantor and I are standing in front of the ark looking at you. First, Mazel Tov. It's not easy to create a community over Zoom, but you have brought us all together with words of prayer, with words of Torah, with words of wisdom, and you've created this community that's around the world. You have brought us, even though we are socially distant, you have spiritually brought us together. At the end of a book of Torah, we say chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. We ended the book of Vayikra today. It means from strength to strength, may you be strengthened, and you have brought us all strength at this time of worry, this time of malaise, this time of for some people dread. So Mazel Tov. I want to pick up in the Torah portion, which I spoke a bit about last night, and Justin, you touched on a little bit, and of course it's related to everything that you said, Vivian, about living through mitzvot, and that's faith, trust, right? Our ancestors were commanded to plant for 6 years, and in the 7th year, just to have trust that God will provide. And that every time you do a mitzvah, every time you fulfill a commandment, that God is there to meet you with that commandment. That's Jewish faith, that's trust. You too are maturing, becoming your own Jews, becoming your own person. You might think that it means now, oh, I'm in charge of myself, that I now can make all the choices myself, that I am the master of, as we used to say, the master of my own domain, that I am now an individual. But the Torah does not say that. You are never an individual separate from the community, separate from society, separate from God. And that's what faith is that you can do what you can as an individual, that you can plan for 6 years, that you can study the Torah, that you can study for your math test. But then you take the next step and you know you're not totally in control, that God is there to meet you, that the community is there to support you, that actually it was the community, your family, your loved ones, the temple, all of our society that brought you to this point. You didn't do it alone. We're never our own masters. We're all together. That's what Jewish faith is. That's what the faith that our Torah portion teaches us. That when becoming mature, becoming a bar mitzvah is this, when this insight starts to open up in your head, that you are not in this alone. You now have more strength, more wisdom, more ability, but you don't have all the power. That you need to rely on others and ultimately rely on God to live through this world, to live a meaningful life. So I want you to imagine that you were our ancestors who had to rely on God in the 7th year. It teaches you that what's around us is fleeting. Our possessions, our everything we have, but what is stable, what is established, what is there for us is what we have faith in, our relationships, and ultimately God, and that's what leads us in life. That's what ultimately gives us the strength. So to you all, to you too, chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek.
I want to add to the rabbi's beautiful and inspiring blessings, just one more blessing to you two who have shown tremendous resilience in these circumstances. Not only were you both excellent students who really independently took it upon yourselves to do all the learning, but even as things were changing before all of us and the carpet was getting pulled right under from all of our feet, you guys just kept on going, kept on strong, didn't lose faith and trust, as the rabbi said. But I want to also direct your attention to the future of your Jewish education. And a lot of you have heard me say this many, many times, but as you begin to change in these years, in your bodies and in your minds and in your spirit, the way you educate yourself and learn also begins to change and evolve. And I'd like to invite you to continue to explore your Jewish education, always continue to be curious and always to try to incorporate your Jewish identity with who you are as a person, and try to marry these two into one whole and rich identity. And now at this time, I feel privileged and honored alongside the rabbi to bestow upon you the priestly benediction from our Torah, who has led us for thousands of years. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
Vivian and Justin, may God bless you and protect you.
Yad Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's light shine upon you and be gracious to you.
Yis Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God's presence always lift you up. May God always bless you with shalom, with peace. We all say, Amen.
Amen.
And what everybody here, we have more, I feel blessings from everybody. We're going to channel these blessings, thanking God for giving us life, for establishing us, for enabling us to reach this joyous occasion.
We're going to sing together the Shechianu. So for all of you, the family, this is a moment for us to recognize all of you for being with us in community, because you are all a blessing to these two, Vivian and Justin. So we sing together Shechianu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Please join me one more time. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. I can't hear you, but I can see you. Amen.
Justin and Vivian, if you haven't already, you can now sit. Mazel tov. I spoke last night a little bit about how this pandemic, being at home, is ruining our posture. Slumping over, looking at our screens all day. I know for me, I'm bending over with my shoulders slumped. So everybody, the service is almost over. Let's pull your shoulders back, sit up straight, take a deep breath. This is called in our Torah portion, kumamiyut, that we're walking, that we're not walking now, but that we're upright, that we have dignity. It says in our Torah portion, I am Adonai your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, not to be their slaves anymore. Those who I broke the bars of your yoke and made you walk upright, komamiyut. We might feel that right now, slavery is a strong word, but we're being enslaved by our confinement. And yet we can be straight with dignity. We can pull our shoulders back. Our choices still matter. Rabbi Shai Held writes, this word, komamiyut, is critical. Upright, dignified. In the ancient world, work animals were tied to heavy yokes. In Egypt, the Torah suggests the Israelites were so abused and exploited under Pharaoh's brutal reign that they were reduced to beasts of burden. The commentator Sforno explains that the Israelites were forced to lie prostrate on the ground while others walked on them, treating their back like the ground, like a street for passers-by. In freeing the slaves, God removed the yoke that had so oppressed them, enabling them to stand tall again for the first time in centuries. The aptness of the biblical metaphor is apparent. A person who is subjugated, upon whom a yoke is placed, is bent over. Once the bars are broken, this person stands at full stature. Liberated from their torment, the Israelites could finally stand upright, unafraid of any creature. Komamiyut, to walk upright, to have dignity. Held writes, this verse implicitly contrasts what it means to be a slave to Pharaoh with what it means to be a servant of God. Pharaoh places the Israelites under a back-breaking and soul-crushing yoke, whereas God invites them to stand tall. Subtly, the Torah indicates that to serve God and to stand upright are not mutually contradictory. On the contrary, one cannot really serve God without a robust sense of one's own dignity. True divine service depends on those who serve standing tall. Now, having dignity is not the same thing as having pride, though, or maybe arrogance. In Hebrew, it's called ga'ava. dignity has to do with serving God, or serving God by serving others, while pride is about serving yourself. We went from being slaves of Pharaoh to being servants of God, servants of each other. This, I think, is a core teaching of Judaism. To walk in God's ways of love and humility and patience. To be a mensch, we say in Yiddish. We like today to talk a lot about Jewish pride, but we should really be talking about Jewish dignity, which comes from service, which comes from, as Justin taught us, faith, as Vivian taught us, comes from living through mitzvot. When we said today our central prayer, the Amidah, we stand upright, but we also bow a little bit. You might have seen some people doing that because we always have our dignity mixed with humility. Over many arcs in synagogues, it's written, Da lifnei mi ata omed, know before whom you stand. We are standing, but it is in covenant with God, that we walk upright. I love this story that I think it really encapsulates this idea. Rabbi Yisrael Salanter was an important rabbi in 19th century Lithuania, and he was once having lunch at a wealthy man's house. At the beginning of the meal, the man's servant brings a pitcher of water over to the table so that the men, of course it was only men at that time, can do the ritual hand washing. And the rabbi only takes a little bit of water for the ritual, the minimum required to say the blessing. The rich host turns to the rabbi and says, Rabbi, I'm a rich man. You can use as much water as you like. Rabbi replies, who brings the water from the well? The rich man says, the maid right here, of course. Who do you think would do it? And so the rabbi says, so if I use all the water that I want, this kind woman will have to schlep back to the well for more water. The minimum amount of water is therefore required. Here, Salanter's decency actually helps the burden of the maid, gives her dignity, helps her stand up tall. To the rabbi, she's not just a servant, she is a woman created in the image of God who deserves kindness, and he sees it as an obligation to help her. Not only does he just see it as an obligation, he knows that this is what the Torah and God demand of us. Every person we encounter gives us the opportunity to serve. Not just feel some kind of kindness or warm feeling, but actually to do something. It might be small at first, but as Bob Dylan sings, you got to serve somebody. He says, it may be the devil or it may be the Lord, but you got to serve somebody.
No.
When we serve somebody, we are serving God. The other that we are loving and serving is God's image. So even when we are confined as we are now, we can still stand up tall with dignity. And we can still serve each other. Maybe serving each other is staying away. But when we do that, we know that we are adding dignity to others. And adding dignity makes us servants of them, makes us servants of God. To serve God, says Rabbi Held, is to act upon the world. Shabbat Shalom. And so let us stand tall with dignity as we begin to conclude our service. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשינו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Loved each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech, and may we never lift up our hand, but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died in this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. The Temple of B'nai Or community is in Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning for Eileen Ackerman, Janice Anapol, Marcia Gittimer, Stephen Kenner, Martin Silverstein, Sandra Kramer, and Barbara Lowell. This week marks the yahrzeit, the anniversary of the death of Benjamin Barbarosh, Berna Berger, Mary Berliner, Herbert Brownstein, Rose Breitstein, Tilly Cohen, Jack Feinblum, Lily Freed, Henriette Goldstein, Martin Goldstein, Isidore Heyman, Morris Hurstreet, Lorna Kleinberg, Bertha Klinger, Pauline Kahn, Gerald Markoff, John Miranowski, Max Margolis, Jenny Pfeiffer, Eva B. Sains, Florence Solidar, Elliot Steinberg, Israel Zubkov, and Erna Zuderman. We also remember Anash Kothavale, Lawrence Rosenthal, Clara Rosenthal, Edith Sosnow, and Emmanuel Sosnow, and Abraham Weissman, Evelyn Weissman, Jeffrey Adams, Milton Rosen, Janice Rosen, Lorraine Willem, and Ed Devlin. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach hirutei, yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon u'vyomechon, u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'gala u'vizman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudusha b'richu. Ve'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, to all the world, to which we say, Amen.
עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן.
And I'd like to invite our B'nai Mitzvah to sing us into our luncheon. And we're going to sing V'Shamru, the preceding verses on page 200 in the prayer book. V'Shamru B'nai Yisrael et HaShabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל בני ישראל אותי לעולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם וביום השביעי שבת בי נפש שבת בי נפש שבת בי נפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. And so I'd like you, Vivian and Justin, to raise your wine glass. על כן ברך אדוני את יום השבת ויקדשהו. Go ahead and sing it together, messy and chaotic and Zoom.
Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
And the whole community says,
Amen.
Amen. Do we have a challah? Do we have a challah?
Drink the wine.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat shalom. Mazel tov. Mazel tov to the Adams and the Kothavale family. Break the challah. Give me a bite.